Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Shanity Show. So I have, in terms of recording this video, I have just finished up Kami Summer Kiss Season 2. I know where I can watch the OVAs, but I'm not ready for it to end quite yet. I mean, I know how it'll end because I looked it up, but I'm not going to say how it ends just because if you're watching this and are finishing it. The thing is, talking on like the spoiler topic a little bit, I feel like we're a little bit too sensitive to spoilers just with how the internet and social media work. I do think that we need content warnings in the sense of spoilers, saying like, hey, if you're going to be talking about a spoiler, there should be some indication that you're about to talk about a spoiler and are talking about a spoiler, to keep in mind people who haven't watched something or haven't read something. Also, I apologize for any congestion sounds. I'm just getting over a cold as well. But back on topic, I do think we're a little bit sensitive. Like, I hate phrasing it like this, but I can't think of another way to phrase it. With today's day and age, like I was saying, with today's day and age, with how social media and the internet are, I think we are a little bit oversensitized to spoilers and to the possibility of spoilers, especially if you're on like Twitter X. I'm not on Twitter, but if you are on Twitter or X, like, there's bound to be spoilers somewhere, like especially there, but also on Instagram, on TikTok especially too. I would rank TikTok second after Twitter. So it'd be like Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and then all the smaller social medias. I think we are a little bit oversensitized to spoilers. Again, like I've said twice now at this point, with how social media and the internet are. Like, you're bound to come up with a spoiler. My philosophy, so to say, on spoilers is that you are more than allowed to spoil yourself, especially if you're not going to finish it, or if you need to be prepared, if you're someone that needs to be prepared for a certain ending with how something is going. Like, if you need to be prepared for the ending, it is perfectly okay to spoil yourself. However, that does not mean you should be spoiling other people or attempting to spoil other people, intentionally or not, which is why, like I said, like, if you're talking about it, especially on social media, there should be a warning saying, hey, spoiler up ahead, or even if it's just spoiler or spoilers. Something that I like in terms of reading in books is that if you're giving a book a review on the StoryGraph, and Fable does this too, if your review includes spoilers, then you can, or if you're doing a post on Fable, if it includes spoilers, you can add that filter onto the post in Fable and onto your review in Fable and the StoryGraph app, so that people who haven't read it or are reading it, they can choose not to read that review. However, with other social media platforms and in regards to TV shows and movies, you can't really, unless you're on the Fable app with TV shows, like, you can't really block out potential spoiler reviews. So if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're on Instagram, or if you're uploading a YouTube video, it's why with my anime watch videos and even with Shogun, I didn't go very far into the show, because I don't want it to be spoilery for people who haven't watched it. And when I do get into spoilery territory, I try to say it, and I try to have a point on the screen where it says spoilers, skip to X time frame, just because I don't want people to potentially be spoiled if they're interested in watching whatever I'm talking about. So that's what I try to do. And on YouTube, I feel like most people should do that, again, to be courteous of people who want to watch it or haven't gotten to that specific point yet. However, I do think there's a fine line, because if you're talking about like the first 2 episodes of a show, or the first 15 minutes of a movie, or the first, I would go so far to say the first 2 chapters of a book. For me, those really aren't spoilers. Whatever is included in, like I said, the first 2 chapters, at most the first 2 chapters of a book, at most the first 15 to 20 minutes of a movie. 20 minutes is pushing it a little bit, but that would be at the most. And then for a show, the first 2 episodes. Like, those, for me, I think, in general, aren't really spoilers, because those, like, the first 2 chapters, the first 10 to 20 minutes of a movie, the first 2 episodes are your introduction, unless you're talking about season 2 or a sequel movie or a sequel book. That's your introduction into the book or the book series, the movie or the movie series, and then the show. So that first initial part is not a spoiler, and can't be a spoiler because it's introducing you to stuff. Excuse me. So it's everything that's past episode 2, everything that's past the first 20 minutes, everything that's past chapter 2, that's where it starts to get into spoiler territory. And it's like that kind of hazy line where it's like past those markers, it starts becoming more and more spoilery, and it really depends on the length of the movie and or the show or the book or book series. It really depends on how long those are, where it really becomes spoilery. But that's my take on things. And at the end of the day, like I said, if you want to spoil yourself for something, go ahead and spoil yourself. There's nothing wrong with that, because, you know, some of us need a little bit of closure before we're ready to actually finish the book or finish a series. So, and usually my thing too personally is that once I watch an ending, this is also why I'm kind of putting off watching the end of Call Me Summer Kiss, even though there were parts that I was kind of feeling secondhand embarrassed. Like, I have a thing with ends. I call it, I say that I have commitment issues, where, one, I can't watch a series if it's not finished yet, or I have a hard time getting into it because I want to be able to watch it all. And that is because once I watch the ending, once I watch an end to something, especially in terms of shows, once I watch the ends, I have a really hard time watching it again, because I don't want it to end, and in my mind it's still going. Like, the easiest thing I can think of in recent years are, even though they're not anime, it's Hilda and then DuckTales, the 2017 revamp. Like, I can get up really close to the end for both of those shows, but I cannot watch the ends. I cannot watch the final episodes. And with DuckTales, it's like the final 3 episodes. Once I kind of see I'm getting close to the end for DuckTales, I go back to the season 1, episode like 2 or something. Once I hit the last episode of Hilda, season 3, the last episode, I go back to season 1, episode 1. Like, even for some of my comfort shows where I really enjoy the ending, like, I cannot watch the final episode. So, like, even with Inuyasha, like, I love Inuyasha and I love the ending, I cannot watch the final bits of Inuyasha. So it's like, it's something I've held for like years and had to deal with for years. But that's also why sometimes I will put off watching the end, which is why I'm doing that for Call Me Summer Kiss. But I also looked up so that I'm not kind of hanging with where I'm at. But to get on topic for this video, as you can tell, we're doing another anime watch, and you can also already tell which one I'm doing right now. I don't know yet because I have to choose. I've already mixed them up pre this video. I'm making sure they're all kind of flipped over where I can't see them. Okay, let me mix them up a little bit more so that you see I'm mixing them. Okay, let me choose one. Okay, I know what this one is. Heaven Officials Busing, the English dub. Sorry, I had to do a quick cough. Now, a large reason why I am doing this is because there's a special. Okay. Excuse me. Let me go to... Now, the main reason why I am doing this is because this one. Okay. Okay, so okay. Okay. I keep losing my train of thought because I'm trying to figure this out. Blessing. Dang it. Okay, I mean, I could watch season 2 because I've already watched season 1. A large reason why I am doing this is because I have not watched... I watched it in the original Mandarin. And I want to hear the names largely, and it's just me hearing the names. I might also watch the special, so I'll watch like the first couple of episodes in the English, bring you along with me, watch a little bit of the special, and then finish off. I already know what my thoughts are for this because I love this. I need to finish the manhwa, but we're not going to worry about that right now because I only have the first 4, and you know, books can be expensive, so we're dealing with it. I also have my dinner with me. I have a tuna sandwich because it's easy right now. Easy to make. So we're gonna have it. Am I watching it in the dub? That's the question. I have no recollection. My babies. Also, this will be a spoiler-ish video because it is season 2 and then also this special. So I think I am watching it in the dub. So spoilers ahead. I am watching it in the dub. Spoilers ahead. So beware watching this video if you haven't watched this. So we're gonna go for it. And a large part of it for me as well is one, learning the names and just kind of being able to watch this because I love this anime so much. Like I talked in my original watch of this, I love it so much. I'm like, I've been wanting to do this for about a year now, so we're back at it. It's been over a year now. It's about time. Oh, the Emperor. Okay, so I need to pause before I start talking. Oh, I was just going to the intro. Okay. So. Oh, it's the Dongma. Okay. Okay, let me actually look this up. Dongma versus manhwa. Okay. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Okay, so the manhwa. Okay, yeah, so it's the manhwa. Okay. I just... Okay. Yeah, I think I talked about this in my initial watch. But there seems to be hinting at... there is a hinting at a season 3 at the end of season 2. However, because of certain government regulations, and this is a Chinese story and Chinese manhwa, it might not happen. But fingers crossed. I'm thinking that if we keep watching it and keep bringing attention to it, like, we'll get a season 3. Because I need a season 3. I need to know that all my babies are happy. At least I know they are in the manhwa. Even though I haven't finished it, I know they're happy in the manhwa. But like, I need to know that in the anime they are okay, you know? So, oh yeah. I need to know my babies are okay. That's like my main concern here. Like, also, like, I need to know Windmaster's okay. I know he's okay. I know they're okay. I will say, I think I mentioned this in my previous watch. In my mind, like, I know that the gods can change between male and female forms at will, whenever they feel like it, whenever it's of use to them. But in my mind, the Windmaster is like canonically gender fluid, and the Earthmaster maybe, because we haven't really seen the Earthmaster fully as themselves. But Windmaster for sure, pansexual, gender fluid. So, and then Earthmaster probably pansexual, knowing how the Windmaster is, because like I ship them. I love my Windmaster. I love them so much. However, I ship Earthmaster and Windmaster. Windmaster may be pansexual, maybe gender fluid. Those are my headcanons. I love Jilian. He's the only one that I've comfortably been able to say his name. Jilian and Salong, Huachong. Those names, only ones I've been able to comfortably pronounce. That's just me though. So that's also why I'm watching this, so I can learn the names, but also just watch it again. Isn't it? Okay, right. I think this is the part where Ji-Young realizes that the Windmaster, I would say like 80% of the time, 80 to 90% of the time is in his male form, and then like the other 20% of the time, 10 to 20% of the time, in the female form. But Windmaster seems more willing to go between male and female. That's why I'm thinking gender fluid for them. He does it more often, whereas like the other gods, from what we can see, they don't do it as often as that. They'll maybe do it like 5% of the time. But I think this is where I realized that the Windmaster is a guy most of the time.
Look, you've arrived.
The Emperor.
Look,
Xianle.
you've arrived.
What was I saying wrong?
Majesty,
Xianle.
there are still some heavenly officials out on patrol.
We'll figure it out. Never mind. I was wrong. He already knows, so he already knows that's Windmaster, but it's okay. Okay, that just broke my thing. Okay. Images. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, that just broke my fantasy. Damn it! They're siblings. That just broke my fantasy, but that's okay. I'll live. That would have been so cute now. I mean, it makes sense. Did I miss that somehow in the manhwa? The original? I mean, anyway. Okay, so I had to stop it fully for a little bit. I have some Ben & Jerry's chocolate therapy ice cream. This is outside of Jenny's chocolate ice cream. This is the McConnell's. Ben & Jerry's and McConnell's are the only chocolate ice creams I'll accept. But if I were to choose between the three, I would go Ben & Jerry's and McConnell's are kind of tied for me. Chocolate in second place, and then Jenny's is in first place. So, just a random thought.
Could work in our favor. My concern is with his likely involvement. If that makes you uncomfortable, I can find someone else.
No, sire. I doubt he's involved. You don't know him like I do.
I trust your
Okay,
judgment.
I realized what I was saying. I was saying like the name of the kingdom, I think. Jiangla. So, anyway, we figured it out.
I also know you give the benefit of the doubt all too freely.
Your Majesty makes me sound like a little princess. With all respect, those words don't suit me anymore.
You're right. I fear I've said too much. But be careful of Huachu, especially with his demonic scimitar.
I will say, the voice actor, the English voice actor for the Emperor is like, let me see. Last name, Emperor voice actor. Let's see what else. Reagan. Name. Okay. Reagan Murdoch. Let's see. Oh, yep. Okay, I've been wanting to watch A Sign of Affection. I don't think I have that in here. So, 1 second, I'm gonna write it down real quick. Be careful with those guys. The only reason why I thought of that is because he's in that too. Okay, 1 second. Where can I watch? Okay. Maybe Amazon Prime. Okay, I know I made a video about de-influencing you from stuff and like not using Amazon as much, but I feel like it sucks because it sucks because in some cases these are the only places that we can watch it or can watch some things. Okay, through Crunchyroll. Okay, so I probably need to do a Crunchyroll subscription. Okay, so I have that noted. I've just been trying to write down where I can watch it. I try to write down where I can watch it so that it's a little easier for me to figure out if I pull it out as an option. Okay. We have another anime to add to the folder, which is great. Or to the Oh. Okay. Oh boy, I'm still, like I said, I'm still a little bit congested. Okay, let's see. Oh, he's in the apothecary. Okay, looks like a very brief role in the Apothecary Diaries. Okay, maybe he's not in A Sign of Affection. No, it says 2021. He's in Spy X Family. Okay. Okay, what is this? 2020. Okay. This was okay. Okay, let's see. Search. Okay, because apparently let's see. Okay. Let me see. Apparently, so that is him, but it's not showing up on the behind the voice actor. I like going to the behind the voice actor for voice actors because like it shows like the character face. Let's see. Okay, yeah, but it's showing up in he's in Black Ballad. Oh my god. I didn't get to that point of Black Ballad that he's in. Let's see. An official spy family. How do you say that? Spy X Family or Spy Family? I always want to say Spy X Family, but it's probably Spy Family. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, like a lot of these were showing up on the behind the voice actor, except for like some of the others, which is weird. Okay. This is the only thing I've seen him in, but Chef's Kiss on Choice. This is what I'm talking about with Windmaster. This is what I'm talking about. They're still referring to Windmaster as she, even though Windmaster was in her male form during the meeting. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm thinking more gender fluid. Hello. Okay, so this was the episode where he figures it out.
Come on now. Stop being so coy.
I love
Don't
baby.
you recognize the Windmaster Qing Xuan? Well,
I love baby.
like how?
Like nothing. I just assumed.
What? Is this form not pretty enough?
I love my baby.
It's good.
Windmaster is my baby. Like I love Windmaster.
I know I am drop dead gorgeous. Speaking of, you know we're going to have to disguise ourselves in Ghost City thoroughly.
I love baby. This is what I'm talking about. Windmaster is so comfortable going back and forth between both. And like part of it was Jianla's misunderstanding. But the Emperor didn't correct Jianla. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is why it's such a strong headcanon for me. Like, Emperor's not correcting Janla for calling Woodmaster she. He even went out, the Emperor's like, awesome, go find her. And then Windmaster's so comfortable going back and forth between both. This is what I'm talking about here.
My magic power is much stronger in this form.
So part of it is function. Like when Master says, power is much stronger in the female form. Which I'm here for. However, when Janla asks, is this for function or fun? Windmaster says both. Function and fun. And Windmaster's very comfortable going back and forth between the two. I'm so bummed that they're brothers. Excuse me. Anyway, like, I'm gonna keep harping on this because I don't have enough people to talk about it with. Like, the fact that Windmaster's so comfortable and it's like, yeah, I have fun going back and forth. I'm comfortable going back and forth. And you can't tell me that the Windmaster is not gender fluid. Like, I will not accept that. That is not the truth. Okay, so I have Heaven Official's Blessing pulled up. I'm on episode 4 of season 2. I have my dinner. I just have two tuna sandwiches on the bottom half of the bread. I have like an olive tapenade, olive paste that I got from Italy. Top part, as you can kind of see here, is the chili paste. It's like a chili vegetable paste that I got at Italy, both of which are really good. I know this sounds really weird, but it works. I like it. And my friend has been finished. I probably could have stuffed the body part a little bit more, but he's a really handsome guy. Or she. It's gender non-conforming. So maybe it's they for the Windmaster. Anyway, so very happy with the results of my Anchor the Octopus. This is my 4th one. So we're probably going to make more down the line. But I'm moving on to Heaven Official's Blessing.
Cillian, a drink?
Oh yeah, okay. I remember where I'm at. See, the like kind of end of episode 3, beginning of episode 4, it's like this kind of stuff that makes me think that the Windmaster is gender fluid. Like, the Windmaster is so comfortable going back and forth. Like, usually I just say he because that's, again, like 80-ish% of the time the Windmaster is in his male form. But like the other, you can't just dismiss the other 20% of the time when he's in his female form. And again, like, I understand that all the gods can go back and forth between male and female, but like the Windmaster's too comfortable doing it. Not that that's a bad thing, but the Windmaster's too comfortable doing it and is more than happy to do it. So again, I am trying to keep this vague, but this is kind of spoilery because we are talking about season 2 here. So I'm trying to keep it somewhat vague with the spoilers, but that's my thinking. I will say, I do think the casting, the English dubbed casting, is pretty good. Something I will say though is that Windmaster's voice actor, at least for the male avatar, I guess you could say, the male version, he sounds a little too young for me. Like, I get it, it's a little bit part of the character, but he sounds a little too young than how I would have pictured. And I think also in comparison to the Mandarin, the original Mandarin casting, like, just slightly too young. Like, he maybe sounds late teens to, well, maybe not late teens, but early 20s, no older than mid 20s, where maybe it should have been like late 20s with like a slightly deeper voice. It doesn't have to be like by much, but I think I would have had someone with a slightly deeper voice. Again, not too deep, but just slightly.
Dressed up like that.
Okay, so we just found the Earthmaster. He sounds too childlike, and it's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. Again, I think it's fun, and it's kind of part of the character, but like at the same time, it's like, especially in comparison to the Earthmaster's voice, it's like, it's starting to get on my nerves a little bit. I love my Windmaster. I love the baby. I love him so much. However, the voice, not 100%. I would say it's like 80%. Needed like that 20% more. I just want my babies to be happy. I'm gonna get that in the books at some point. In the manhwa. I'm gonna get that in the manhwa at some point. I know. I just need to get on to finishing. I need to get on to getting and finishing the manhwa. However, I said this at the beginning, but this is also partly why I'm watching it, because it's like, I feel like the more streams it gets, like, hopefully we'll get a season 3, and then our babies can be happy. Like, I want them to be happy. Do I want to skip this part? Okay, I skipped a little bit of it. My babies. Okay, so I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna be revealed at the end of season 2. However, it still kind of hurts a little bit. The end of, what episode was that? Episode 5. Still hurts a little bit. I love, like, I think something that I really like about this is that it's showing like a healthy dynamic, despite like hardships and despite mistakes made on both sides. It's showing a healthy dynamic between Hwa-chang and Jiamna. So it's like, I think that's a big reason why I like it, because there is that healthy adult dynamic, and it doesn't just try to use tropes that I don't like within romance. Like, not that those tropes are bad, but it's like, it's not falling back on those tropes just to have extra drama within it. So this is where I think it hits the nail on the head. It does a good job. Like, maybe I should have watched season 1 in English. Whatever. I love my babies. Like all of the gods, like especially the ones who had traveled with Jiamna, like at the start, like I love all of my babies here. Like I love. Okay, so I am remembering what happens, and at this point, I kind of skimmed through episode 6. I skimmed through like 50% of episode 7, just because I'm remembering what's going on. And yeah, I'm gonna end this video here just because, for time's sake, and again to keep it as vague as possible spoiler wise, this would be a good place to end it. So if you watched this, or if you watched this, let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. If you read all of the manhwa, let me know what your thoughts down below in the comments. Again, spoiler free. I've only read through volume 4, so keep that in mind. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.